Welcome, welcome, welcome to this week's intuitive read using tarot cards and drawing from the astrological weather. So some of you may know that tarot cards do have astrological correspondences. So what I'm going to be doing is pulling some cards and really seeing what in the sky wants to speak right now. Okay, so I've already done the shuffle. And right now the transits are actually kind of quiet. I mean, the moon just moved into Capricorn. And the moon is very fast moving. But it just moved out of Sagittarius. And it's interesting because the first card I pulled was the Sagittarius card, which is really interesting. And Sagittarius's ruling planet is Jupiter. And Jupiter today is going retrograde. Stationary, like it's stopping to go backwards, right? In retrograde motion. And as a virtue, temperance I feel like, equates very closely to patience, right? And so this retrograding energy, I think, is what it's speaking to also. And as, you know, what does Jupiter really symbolize? And I think that in context to the recent solar eclipse in Libra, this is about bringing really disparate information, like very polarized information, into some sort of cohesion. So Sagittarius's archetype is the centaur, right? So it's like half man, half a bull, right? And so it's this merging and this union of two really, opposites, right? So I think that what is going to come out of this Jupiter retrograde is just that. So we might think we know what something is all about, but it's actually we're going to actually gain much more wisdom, right? We're going to have to go through some experiences to really gain the wisdom. And that's how we really know, right? How to move and make choices, right? But this could be something that's going to take time. Okay. So the energy that's crossing this is cardinal fire, which I think that this is Mars and Aries energy. And so I feel like this is really speaking to the full moon. We're really anxious to get started, right? So this is the energy that's crossing this need for patience, right? We want to just go, right? And actually, if we're really tuning in, that's not the way to go. But I will say this card is really speaking to some sort of initiating energy of inspiration. You know, this really speaks to the beginning of the zodiacal year of spring, and you know, this hope and this optimism and this energy of like, let's do this. And the energy is like this, you know, I am equipped to do this. Like, I'm going for it, but I'm also waiting to see what is coming, right? To see, like, this speaks to me of, I have the resources, right? I have this wand behind me, and I have this wand in my hand because I'm moving forward, but I'm also seeing the efforts that I put in that are coming back. It's almost like waiting for me, this really speaks to like waiting for a reply. It's almost like from the universe, like, I'm doing this, okay? All right? Is the universe with me here? Like, I'm going to do this. It's that energy of like, I'm ready. This is what I want. So this is the energy that's grounding this reading. And to me, this is, well, it's air. It's all the qualities of air, and there's a mastery there. And this sword really symbolizes cutting through the bullshit. All right. This is a double-edged sword. This is really about not fucking around. All right. So, cutting through to truth. Okay, so this to me is the ruthless energy of Libra season, right? This stuff needs to go. You know, it's that mindset. It's that framing to this larger energy that we're speaking to as far as patience and knowing what we want and having the patience to really to get that, right? So this is the crowning energy to this reading. And I think that it speaks to, I mean, it's just look at it. It's like you're walking away from something. This is Saturn in Pisces, which Saturn is in Pisces right now. And so, this speaks to the victim energy. Saturn in Pisces, like really feeling really depressed about a situation, right? Or feeling in the feels of the victim mindset, right? So it could have been really coming into really strong focus with the lunar eclipse that happened about 3 weeks ago, right? So we're ready to walk away from this. We're ready to walk. All right. We're done. It's coming to, its full cycle, right? So you see the moon here, in its different phases here, like we have really hung on, right? And this can also be, right, it's duty, but there's a sense of duty, I think, that has kind of lost its luster. It's like we're searching spiritually for something more, right? Something that we can really get behind and be devoted to. So this is the energy that's leaving us. This is gossip. This is bullshit. This is actually the bullshit that we're getting away from right now. People could have been talking shit. We could have been talking shit. We could have been talking from both ends, right? And so that's the energy that we're moving out from. All this, like, kind of, sometimes we do need to vent and talk through situations and kind of vent about people in our lives and whatnot. And we are moving away from this energy, which is great, because the energy that we're moving towards is this: we have made up our mind, right? We have so made up our mind about a situation. And in fact, we're moving out of more turbulent waters here, right? Into more still waters, more calm waters, right? So this is good. Mercury in Aquarius. I mean, this could actually also speak to, early next year, timing wise, but this is going to happen. You're walking away from a situation, right? And it very much is similar to this card, right? Yeah, it's very similar energies, right? So this is like emotional and this is mental. So you're emotionally moving away from a situation and you're mentally moving away from a situation. That is powerful. It's like the Pisces lunar eclipse, and then this is the Libra solar eclipse. And it's really interesting too, because when you look at this card, this is really also the balancing of the mind and the emotions, right? The cups kind of symbolize this balance between those two spaces, and where you can come into a space of temperance. Okay. So the energy, surrounding this reading is Venus. As you can see, this is the Venus card. And just generally, this is really about letting things come to you. This is not about chasing. This is about waiting, right? And I feel like this card is echoing the same sentiment. Is the second card, the Two of Wands, right? So I feel like this is kind of the lovers, right? Who's gonna make the move though? This is the thing. Who's gonna make the move, right? We have the masculine and the feminine are in a water trine, but it could be coming with some tumultuous kind of energy here. Mars is in Cancer, so I feel like Mars is very moody. Very, very moody, doesn't really want to take that much action. I mean, he's ready, but it's like, yeah, maybe not. I don't know. The Empress card has the same. Venus in Scorpio is, wants that she wants the seduction. So who's going to be the person being seduced here? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. But there is some sorrow here. I mean, this card, is kind of, you know, beyond words too. It's very obvious what this card is. This is heartbreak and grief. This is some deep grief. This is disappointment. This is an ideal that has not come into fruition. Right? So yeah, it's sad. I mean, I think that these two cards together and being in close relation to one another is it's a volatile energy. Venus and Scorpio can be a very volatile energy. It's like, I want to be loved the way I want to be loved, and it's not happening, right? And it's like you have this kind of energy that's really not coming to meet you per se, because maybe they're just too self-absorbed right now. They're just in their fields, and maybe you're taking that personally, because we're all in our fields right now. You know, so who's going to make the first move? But I think that what is really obvious here is that there's something that has to end. So I think that this speaks to Pluto, of course. Pluto is going to, in the next 2 days, go stationary direct from Capricorn, and finally, for the last time, moving out of the sign of Capricorn. So this is an end of an ideal. Perhaps it's the end of a way of being that is a way of self-undoing. A way of self-undoing. And there's a need to, you know, level up, right? So we're moving away from something. The good thing about this is that it's over, right? The disillusionment, the illusion, right? The illusion of what Neptune could have been putting us through is over, right? It's happening because we're gonna be coming into this water trine, right? Between Mars and Venus, and Mars and Venus. There's this trine going on, and Neptune in Pisces is going to be coming in, I think, to really neutralize, and we're going to come in we're actually going to embody that ideal. I think we're going to embody something that we've been really searching for, and because it's going to happen, right? This is the culminating card, right? So we have this Pluto energy coming in. This is the end of like a 16 plus year cycle. Yeah. The energy is, it might be hard at first to really defend that position of what we're leaving behind, right? What we're leaving behind mentally and emotionally. It could be really tough because things are habits, right? We have a habit. This is Taurus energy, right? So this is Venus is ruled by Taurus and Libra. It can be a stubborn energy, right? And so fixed sign of Taurus. So that habit, whatever emotional habit, it's gotta go. The emotional mental habit's gotta go. And so that we can really come into this higher ideal. This is the energy that is basically framing the whole reading. And this is a transcendent energy. So like I said, this is Neptune. And when I pulled this card, I was really feeling into the moon just moving out of Sagittarius that was squaring Neptune. And so we've come into that question again over, is this really real? Is this really real? Can we be in this state of peace and grace? Yes, we can. That is the answer. Yes, we can. And the last card I pulled, which I feel like is so appropriate, is I was using the Moonology deck because the moon is so strong right now, because Mars is in the sign of Cancer, the moon, and we are moving into a full moon of Aries that I feel like is really taking this home. I thought that this was really appropriate. So the card that I pulled was Believe in the Impossible. It's the blue moon card, which I think is so beautiful, because as we're getting out of this old way of being in our emotional, mental spaces, and we're moving into this death process, or we've been in a death process really, and we're moving into Scorpio season, and Venus is showing us so much with Mars and Neptune. I think that this is so appropriate because Neptune is really bringing in a promise of a new vision and a higher vision and a higher heart, right? So this new moon is beautiful. Let me read this energy here. Okay, great. Believe in the impossible. As the saying goes, some things happen only once in a blue moon. In other words, hardly ever. Drawing this card suggests you're about to get a rare chance, and that something one-off could well be about to happen. This card is a very positive sign if you felt like you're hoping for too much or asking too much of the universe. Whatever you're asking about, well, it might only happen once in a blue moon, but it can happen. However, this rare opportunity before you, it is important that you believe in it. If you convince yourself that whatever you're asking about can never go in your favor, then guess what? It won't go in your favor. Be grateful for this card, which is a reminder to believe in your dreams. Yeah. So, whoever is listening to this reading, I think that, hey, believe in the impossible, right? And that's the thing about moving out of old mindsets and emotional patterns. We don't allow ourselves to think that there's something beyond that. So I think that the end of this month, when Neptune comes into this water trine, we might be really coming into those realizations of what is really possible. And I hope you're all moving through this energy with much love and ease and grace. And I'm looking forward to doing a reading all around the full moon in Aries next week. Okay, many blessings. See you next time.